Hello everyone, Ryan here. So yesterday I saw the movie Alien Covenant, and it's awesome. It's definitely awesome. It rocks. It was exactly what I was expecting, and then some. Pretty much the only thing I was expecting from it was that it would be a continuation of the movie Prometheus, which it is, but then it also has some other interesting elements to it. And now, of course, I know not everybody feels the same way as I do. Though I will say, right off the bat, it's important to note that this is not a remake, this is not a reboot of the original 1980s Alien movies. It's not. If that's what you're expecting, then there's a good chance you'll be disappointed by it. I know that happens to be the case with a lot of people. So I figured I should just get that point across. Also, too, if you haven't seen the first movie, Prometheus, which is important, it's the first movie of this new, I guess you could say, this new storyline of the Alien franchise, even though it's not the familiar storyline from the original 1980s Alien films. Essentially, Alien Covenant and Prometheus are different, take place during different timelines, also take place way before the timeline which we see depicted in the original 1980s Alien movies. So, yeah, just wanted to get that point across as much as possible. So, having said that, Alien Covenant opens with very interesting scene with David the android, and he's talking to his creator. Of course, David the android, played by Michael Fassbender. Michael Fassbender does a really awesome job. He gives a great performance throughout this movie. He also plays a updated version of the android. I guess technically a different android, which goes by the name of Walter. And yeah, it's just, he gives an all-around awesome performance. Pretty much I would say the entire cast gives, fairly good, decent to great performances throughout. Also, I would say Catherine Waterston, I believe is her name, the actress, also gives pretty good performance. Considering that this is a sci-fi, fantasy, horror kind of movie, I've seen her in a couple other independent stuff. She was a little better in those, but also, again, did a pretty good job in this as well. So essentially, Alien Covenant takes place 10 years after Prometheus, and there's this new ship called Covenant. There happens to be about 2,000 colonists on board the ship. They're all in cryogenic hibernation, and there's also a lot of frozen human embryos on board as well. And in addition to 15 or so crew members. And so one day they're woken up earlier than expected because of some kind of solar flare damage to the ship, and they have to repair it. So they're woken up with the aid of Walter the android. And as they go out to repair the damage, one of the crew members picks up a signal, a weird kind of transmission. They investigate, they look into it, and find out that this signal is coming from a nearby planet, and they decide to go down and investigate this planet, mostly because it appears that through initial readings, initial scannings, they were able to determine that it's a very habitable planet, and it might make a suitable colony. So, therefore, they decided to go down and investigate it. And by doing so, that's when all of the complicated stuff happens. The craziness begins to occur. Of course, when they go down on this planet, they see the remains of a civilization. Though it's not exactly clear right away what happened to this civilization. Later on, it is definitely made clear. I don't want to give anything away. I'm going to try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. I will upload a separate spoiler-filled review at a later date. So, but yeah, for now, this will be spoiler-free. So they do eventually find out what happened to this civilization. And at the same time, they do come across these alien hybrid-like creatures. Now, of course, I know that not everybody likes the look of these particular alien creatures. And that is largely because I know most people are familiar with the look of the alien creatures from the original Alien movies. And I get that, but yeah, these are different also because they're not fully evolved, not really fully developed. They're still in what you could call their infancy stage. So that's why they look different. Also, they're not as developmentally, or rather, what am I saying? They're not as, I guess you could say, intelligent or strategically minded. So, because I heard some people talk about, they felt like the aliens in this movie are kind of stupid, and because they just kind of like charge at people, just jump around, not really, without having any kind of real strategy, which I get that too. Obviously, I know in the original Alien movies, those aliens were definitely much more intelligently evolved. So, but that being said, that is because this is before all that. So, again, these aliens still need, they still need a certain amount of time to grow and evolve a little more. So, yeah. For me overall, I mean, I'd say on a scale of 1 tamale to 10 tamales, I give this movie a definite 9. I didn't really have any kind of problems with the plot, with the story, with the acting. I guess I could say some parts maybe seem slightly cliche because some of the ways some of the people were killed. I mean, they've been done many times before. But I mean, it ultimately worked as far as the story is concerned. Cinematography is also pretty awesome. CGI is great too. I mean, to me, it seemed like, it wasn't too cheesy. And yeah, I guess I've never really been too picky when it comes to CGI stuff, special effects stuff. I mean, unless it looks, obviously just painstakingly cheesy or weird, then it becomes a little bit of an annoyance. But I mean, otherwise, I don't know. Just the CGI seemed great to me. I definitely look forward to the next installment. I do believe there will be at least one more movie, which will then tie in this movie, Alien Covenant, with Prometheus. Possibly answer a lot more questions. And that was another thing too. I do believe in this movie there are a lot of questions that are answered. Not every single question is answered, but a good number, a good decent amount of questions are answered in this movie. It's mostly just a matter of paying attention, keeping an eye out, looking around at the scenery, paying attention to the different different things that were left behind that were built mostly by the remains of what used to be this civilization on this particular planet. Overall, definitely 9 out of 10. I don't know what else to say about. I'm still a little slightly bewildered by the fact that so many people didn't like it. But hey, you can't please everybody. For me, I believe Ridley Scott did an awesome job with this. I definitely give him 2 big thumbs up. And again, I'm looking forward to the next installment. So that'll do it for my review of Alien Covenant. Again, I give it 9 out of 10 tamales. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I'll be uploading a spoiler-filled review of Alien Covenant at a later date. So keep a an eye out for that, if you like. Once again, thanks for watching. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and keep it real, keep on rocking, and peace.